back to another episode of Gym Tutorials. My name is Chris Kading, and today we're once again going to talk about stability balls. Last week when we talked about stability balls, we looked at compound movements. Today, we're going to focus on isolation movements. Unlike compound movements where they focus on multiple muscle groups and multiple joints, isolation movements zero in on one joint and one muscle group. So to begin with the exercise ball, we're going to do something called a dumbbell pullover. This is a great exercise that focuses on the upper back, and while we're doing it on the ball, we're going to get some stability work through our core and through our hips. So with the ball, we're going to set up just like we did with the chest press, but instead of having two dumbbells, we're going to just have one. So from here, we're going to hold our hands right around the handle of the dumbbell, encasing our hands around the top of the dumbbell. We're going to roll out. We're going to bridge up, make sure our head is nice and comfortable, our core is engaged, hips are staying stable so the ball's not going side to side. Then from here, we're going to bring these arms straight back, try not to shrug, and then pull back over. We'll do 5 more of these. Big breath in. Big breath out. Two. Three. Four. And 5. Okay. Now the next exercise we're going to move to is a classic. I see it done in the gym all the time. You may know it. Bicep curls. We're going to use the ball here to stay with the theme. So we're going to take a seat right on the stability ball. So with the dumbbells, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades back. I'm going to have my palms facing in. And remember, anytime you're sitting on the ball, don't have your heels against it. You kind of defeat the purpose of using the ball because now it's like I'm sitting in a chair. Feet are out. I'm going to pinch my shoulder blades back, dumbbells facing in, and as I come up, I'm going to rotate my palms so that way now my palms are facing my chest. I'm going to control it down. Now the key here is keeping these elbows by our side, so I'll give you 2 views so you can see that. And down. Now also with my head, I don't want to lunge it forward, I want to bring it back. And down. Now, from the side view, seated on the ball, squeezing those shoulder blades back, I'm curling up. Try not to let my elbows go forward because that's really not my biceps pulling it up any higher. It's actually my shoulders, so I want to keep it back and just stop here. We'll do 2 more. And down. And back up. And finish. Okay, now to flip it onto the other side, we just attacked the biceps. The triceps actually oppose the biceps. Now, we're going to move to a skull crusher. Very daunting name, but a great exercise for your triceps. Now, seated on the ball, we're going to roll it out, get set up like we did for the pullovers. We're going to hold ourselves up. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades into the ball. Our palms are facing in. Now, just keeping our shoulders where they are, we're going to bend the elbows straight back, right next to our head. And now straight back up. Back down. And back up. Now, a lot of people will have the tendencies of letting their elbows go out like this when they go down. Try to keep them pinched in. Good. Let's do 2 more. Down nice and easy. Lots of strength to be had on the negative part of the rep. It's called the eccentric part of the rep. Do 1 more. And finish. Okay. Now we're going to move to the back of the shoulders. These are called rear delt flies. I will give you 2 views of this. I personally like to put my feet up against the wall just because the ball will make you roll. I know we're talking about stability, but it's kind of hard to work on that if you're moving all over the place. So I'm going to back my feet up right against the wall. I'm going to grab my lighter dumbbells. These are a smaller muscle group. The deltoid is this big cat muscle on your shoulder, and obviously the rear means the back side of it. Now, we're going to have our body over the ball, like so, and have our arms down. Since I'm kind of at an angle, I have my arms at an angle. Then from here, I'm going to pull my shoulder blades down like I'm tucking in my back pocket. I'm going to pull up, squeeze the shoulder blades, and back down. We'll do 2 more here, then we'll switch views. And back down. Okay, now just seeing it from the other direction, leaning over the ball. And down. Now, let's do 1 more. And back down. If you sit at a desk all day, that is a great exercise for correctional work because it really does strengthen the back side of the shoulder, which allows for those shoulders to start getting pinched back into proper positioning. Okay, now we're going to move down to the lower body, specifically for the hamstrings. These are another muscle group that tend to get neglected, especially if you sit a lot. You know, not only are they going to be tight, they're probably going to be weak too. So using the ball, we're going to lay on our back. Feet are going to go up to the, like right on the ball. Kind of our heels are just hanging off the ball. I'm going to pull my core in and flatten my low back. Hands can come out here for a little bit of stability. I want my feet about hip width apart. And then toes up towards my shin. We drive my heels into the ball, pulling back, really focusing on squeezing behind the leg. And back up. Now there's ways of making this one more challenging if this is too easy. You can go single leg, pulling back, like so. Making sure that you're moving forward and back still. And then if you can kind of make this into a pseudo compound lift by as you pull back, you bridge up, trying to squeeze those glutes, and then controlling it back down. Nice and easy. All right, but back to the regular version. We'll do 3 of those just to finish this up. Pushing into the ball with those heels, squeezing the back of the legs, and then back. There's 1, let's do 2 more. Last one. And back. Okay, let's wrap things up by going after one of everyone's most desired muscles, the abs, those nice 6-pack muscles. Now before we begin, it's important to remember what the function of the abs are. It isn't to bend over in half at the hips, it's to bend over at the spine. So think that the abs start here, just below the rib cage, and they end just at the top of the pelvis. So when we do our ball crunches, we're going to just pull those 2 points together. Now there's a couple of ways you can progress this. Let's start with level 1. Start with a small lever. You're going to place the ball at your low back. Then from here, you're going to keep these hips up, and then you're just going to fold over and squeeze. Now if you notice, my hips haven't changed position, but I've folded that midsection. And back down. And I squeeze. Now I'm just drawing that core in the entire way there and on the entire way back. Now level 2, you just place your hands behind your head. This is called a mid-lever ball crunch. Now we got a little bit more weight up towards the top with our arms coming. And we squeeze and fold and unfold. Think of rolling those abs over one by one. And back down. Now level 3 is called a long lever. You place these hands above your head like you're diving into a pool. Extend that back over the ball so you're getting those abs into a stretch. And then fold up. and down. And down. Now you can always, once that becomes too easy, throw a weight in the hand. Just make sure your form doesn't suffer by adding weight. Okay, well that's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me on another episode of gym tutorials with me, Chris Kading. Stick around for some more. We will see you next time. Thank you very much and have a great day.